You're in a hospital to heal. So why is the tray in front of you loaded with foods that can stall recovery? I'm going to show you the gap between a hospital's mission and the food it serves. What leaders argue is ethical, what actually shows up, and what a single fast food style meal can do to your arteries. Stay with me. You'll see how health-promoting defaults work, how pricing and placement nudge you, and how to spot revenue-centric traps on the menu. By the end, you'll know the smarter choice without losing your freedom to choose. Before we move on, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and like the video. You think the danger is the illness on your chart, not the meal on your tray. But the tray can slow your recovery within hours. Here's the truth. What you eat right after treatment can tilt your blood vessels, your pressure, and your inflammation in the wrong direction. Hospitals promise to heal, prevent, and model health. Yet your plate often tells a different story. You get ultra-processed entrees, sugary drinks, and white bread sides, fast, cheap, shelf-stable. That gap isn't cosmetic. It changes how your body works the same day you swallow. Your nurse dials meds with care, dosage, timing, interactions. Then lunch lands and spikes blood sugar, pours on sodium, and floods you with refined starch and added fats. That clash doesn't happen by mistake. It's a system choice, and your body pays the fee. A single fast food style meal can hit your endothelial function, the thin lining that helps your arteries relax and widen. Think of grit in a door hinge. The door still opens, but it sticks and scrapes. Your vessels do the same. Less flexible, more strain. After a high-fat, high-sugar, salty meal, blood fats and glucose surge. Sodium shifts fluid balance. Your vessels face short-term stress. Signals that drive inflammation tick up. This is the opposite of recovery support. When you're fresh out of a procedure, that stress is the last thing you need. Neutral scene. A heart patient gets cleared to walk the hall. The tray arrives, a cold white bread sandwich, a side of fries, a juice cup. The taste calms the nerves, but under the calm, blood sugar jumps. Triglycerides rise and the vessel lining loses ease. The walk still happens, it just takes more out of you. The cafeteria playbook nudges this along. Defaults favor processed picks. Whole fruit hides behind pastry. Whole, minimally processed items sit low or off to the side. Portions run big, past the point where hunger ends. You don't have to think to overdo it, the setup does the thinking for you. A better setup flips that script. Make whole, minimally processed mains the norm. Put produce at eye level and first in line. Shrink the default portion so enough is standard and extra is a choice. Put water front and center, not soda. You still choose. But the easier path helps you heal. Within hours, artery function can dip. Blood pressure can nudge up. Markers of inflammation can rise. It's not dramatic, but it's steady. A quiet headwind that makes every step of recovery a little harder. When you add 3 trays like that in a day, the pushback adds up. Here's the kicker. The fix doesn't need a ban or a lecture. It needs a new default. Serve a baked fish or bean chili instead of a breaded puck. Lead with a big salad or steamed greens before the entree. Standardize a smaller plate. Put the cold water where your hand reaches first and move soda lower and farther. The choice stays yours, but the nudge changes. If you're stuck with a tray right now, pick the item with the fewest ingredients and the least added sauce. Swap juice for water. Eat the produce first, then stop at no longer hungry, not plate clean. These tiny swaps cut the surge that drags your vessels and help your meds do their job. Now you know the body cost in the first hours after a hospital meal. Less vessel flex, a touch more pressure, more inflammation. Next up, why a place built to heal keeps serving food that works against you and how that setup got locked in. You assume the junk on the tray is a fluke. It isn't. The menu in most hospital cafeterias is built around revenue, contracts, and habit. That's why the items that sell fast last long and cost less show up first, while the stuff that helps you heal sits on the sidelines. Here's the truth. Inside every hospital cafeteria lives a 3-way tug of war. Model health, respect choice, and stay on budget. Clinicians want food that supports care. Patients and staff want freedom to pick what they like. Finance teams need the numbers to work. When those poles pull at once, the balance sheet often sets the rules. You can feel that pull in what gets stocked, what gets pushed, and what gets priced as a deal. And here's the kicker. Vendor contracts lock in brands, volumes, and prices. Processed foods win those deals because they ship cheap, store well, and turn a steady margin. A fries station or a packaged dessert can sit longer, waste less, and hit a price point that keeps the register busy. Education alone can't beat a setup like that. If the shortest line leads to the burger and the lowest price tags sit on the combo, your brain follows the nudge. Behavioral economy runs the floor plan. Placement near the register boosts grab-and-go items. Price deals on combos frame bigger portions as value. Large cups and trays prime you to buy and eat more. None of this needs a sales pitch. The layout does the steering. You walk in hungry, short on time, and the path of least resistance carries you to the highest margin plate. Now a small shift shows how strong those cues are. In a UCLA-style test, staff moved fruit next to the register and pushed cookies further back. Fruit pickups rose. Cookie sales fell. Same freedom. Better selections. That's environmental design, not willpower theater. Change the map, and choices change with it. There's a name for this approach when it aims at health without bans. Asymmetric paternalism. You keep your options, but the defaults tilt toward better picks. Healthier items get the front row, the lower price, the clearer sign. Less healthy items remain, just not center stage. It respects your autonomy while guarding you from your own time crunch and the cafeteria's profit cues. You still hear the "what is healthy" fight. Eggs, juice, whole-fat yogurt. Experts debate details. Skip the stalemate. Aim where the ground is firm, whole and minimally processed in. Sodas, candies, refined grains, and preserved meats out of the spotlight. That line is clear enough to guide a menu, a sign, and a shopper with 5 minutes and a blood draw at noon. Zoom out and the stakes widen. The food a hospital buys shapes farms and factories. Choosing dairy from herds raised with fewer antibiotics supports better drug stewardship. Paying for pasture-raised or local produce cuts, transport, and can improve soil and animal welfare. Those choices shrink external harms that loop back into community health. Resistance, runoff, and air quality don't stop at the loading dock. Leaders often defend the current spread as choice and cost control. Both matter. But when you follow the money, you see the true engine, a revenue-centric design that rewards processed, shelf-stable food. It fills coffers today and nudges bodies in the wrong direction by lunch. Asymmetric paternalism flips the math. Healthier plates move faster because they're closer, cheaper, and right-sized. The old picks stay, but the push shifts.